just wanna stay in the sun where I find. I know it's hard sometimes. Pieces of peace in the sun's peace of mind. I know it's hard sometimes. Yeah, I think about the end just way too much. But it's fun to fantasize on my enemies who wouldn't wish who I was. But it's fun to fantasize. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I die for you, that's easy to say. We have a list of people that we would take. A bullet for them, a bullet for you, a bullet for everybody in this room. But they don't seem to see many bullets coming through. See many bullets coming through. Metaphorically, I'm the man, but literally, I don't know what I do. I'd live for you, and that's hard to do. Even harder to say when you know it's not true. Even harder to write when you know that tonight there were people back home who tried talking to you, but then you ignore them still. All these questions, they're for real. Like, who would you live for? Who would you die for? And would you ever kill? Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I've been thinking too much. 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 Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me.
No phone and no labels to put on to this thing we keep and dip into when we need. And I don't have the right to ask where you go at night, but the waves hit my head to think someone's in your bed. I get a little bit Genghis Khan. I don't want you to get it on with nobody else but me. Nobody else but me. Like I just lost the World War, and the scene slips away to the evenness I fake. It's a shit-ton world, 'cause I don't really want you, girl, but you can't be free, 'cause I'm selfish, I'm obscene. I get a little bit Genghis Khan. I don't want you to get it on with nobody else but me, but nobody else but me. But
that you give is why you don't deliver. Stuck in a phase, it's guided by mistakes. Your addictive poison is dragging me down. Trying to swim out, I'm stuck, you're watching me drown. Lying awake, the colors don't fade from the tears on my face. I've let you slip away. I can kiss whoever, I'm wearing the crown. Time to get out, my love, don't want you, 'cause now I'm high and rising, alive now. I'm first to let you go. I'm high and rising, alive now. I'm first to let you go.
Hello and welcome to all of our viewers from around the world. We have quite a game in prospect here, just waiting for the players to emerge, and we will be underway. The teams then, Liverpool against Milan. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
I'm going to choose Adam Lallana. Exceptional on the turn with his back to goal in opening up more options in that area between the opposition's defence and midfield. His ability to find space in such a crowded spot is so valuable to this team.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. So one thing worthy of note, the big new signing has failed even to make the squad.
Well, it'll be fascinating as to whether the fans voice an opinion on why he has yet to figure. Expectation could soon turn to frustration if he doesn't feature.
Roberto Firmino goes long. Shade too heavy, keeper can pick that up. Daniel Alves. Lovren battles to win it back. And it's Sturridge. Chan is fouled. Can he score? That is wayward.
Well, you can fault the execution, but not the idea or the effort. Well, this is how to grab a game by the scruff of its neck. Front foot football with real intent.
Tries a through ball. Sané. Kongolo. Oh, no, that's not the ball he wanted. Daniel Alves looking to get on the end of this. Clears it out of harm's way. Has a look and has a go. Good stop, that wasn't easy.
Much more than a routine save for me, and yet he just coped with room to spare.
And it's Sturridge, deftly done. And it's the goalkeeper's to claim. It's a long forward pass. Now the pass. Ball's loose, who's getting there? He's made sure that that won't get through. Gomez. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Rakitic. Gomez passes it through. Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
Well, the precision wasn't quite in keeping with the quality of the strike, but there was lots of power behind it.
This is promising. Roberto Firmino looks to dink one in. He could have been in, just needed a better final ball.
Well, the idea was crafty, but the weight of the pass was just a little light.
Klein plays it long. Sergio Ramos floats one over. Lovren. 30 minutes gone. Rakitic. Dani Alves. Looks like a good ball through. And the ball's come out! Chan. Aimed forward. Looks to slip it through. Sturridge. Now it's Wijnaldum. Oh, he's broken through. Goal! There is the breakthrough!
Well, none of us were exactly sure how that was going to end up then, but I'm delighted to see such a happy ending after such a splendid dribbling run. I mean, he really did fool that defence into wondering what he was going to do next.
Liverpool get themselves into the lead.
Well, just listen to the reaction. I think you can hear the approval from the support all around the stadium.
Lovren. Face to face with the keeper. Oh, taken with style.
Well, we're all back to square one, but I hope this game opens up from here. It looks as if it could happen. Mkhitaryan did so well with that interception, but what followed was a pretty lethal counter-attack that took seconds to convert. That's as sharp as it gets, believe me.
Milan grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
Oh, I think the coach will really be annoyed with that. The players were still thinking about their goal and just got caught napping.
Tries a through ball. It's there! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Well, he was never going to miss from there. So much to aim at.
Yeah, and teamwork was key to that. A beautiful piece of engineering to set him free in the box.
Milan get themselves into the lead.
Yeah, for me, this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit.
Chance to shoot. Play for a throw. That intervention was very necessary. Well positioned to make that interception. And we've reached half-time. The midway point of the game.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this...
Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Terence Kongolo. Now it's Sané. Dinks one in. Cut out in the nick of time. Gets up to head it! He's done very well to get to that.
Oh, he made that look really easy, Peter, but I can assure you that wasn't a routine save. He had to be very switched on there. They've come out of the dressing room firing on all cylinders now. We could be in for quite a second half here.
Thrust towards the front line. A real chance to break. Milan have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. He's gone for it! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Daniel Alves would have known he needed to generate more power behind that, but it just lacked the precision anyway.
Philippe Coutinho. And it's Sturridge. Sergio Ramos tries the route one option. Now it's Sané. Chance! That's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. Lovely feet. Turns and goes back.
Well, for me, he had a very decent crack at it, but it has to be said that the odds on those from distance were never really that good, and you'd always favour the keeper in that instance.
Oh, that's great stuff from him.
Well, he went at it with great confidence, and it's not going to stop him from trying again.
Klein needed to come up with a better ball.
Yeah, and the vision to get him through was all good, but the execution of the pass wasn't quite right. But importantly, he's holding his line until the very last moment, and that will pay off. This defence just doesn't trust itself to play a higher line.
Frightened of people getting in behind.
Yeah, absolutely. It just opens up the opportunity of not only strikers getting behind, but the runners from midfield too.
Jordan Henderson goes long and forward. Sturridge. Now the pass. Klein has got himself a free kick. Diving header! Brave effort, total commitment.
And he really threw himself at that one. Just a little more accuracy was all it needed.
Milan look as though they're about to make a change. Milner. And it's Klein. Sturridge. Good challenge, he just stood firm. The ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. Wijnaldum, a scorer already in the game. Sturridge. Philippe Coutinho. Sturridge pushes it out wide. Oh, that's neat. A long pass towards the front. Ball is over the line.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Sturridge. Philippe Coutinho. And he's made certain that won't get through. Jordan Henderson. Now it's Ings. He's off on a marauding run. Sturridge. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And it's Klein. Who's going to make this theirs? Sané knocks it towards the front. Daniel Alves is on the end of some really unwanted attention.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Ball swung in. He's going to have to tune his rangefinder before the next one. Sané. Now it's Vela. Looks like a good ball through. Goalkeeper's ball. Sané with a delicate ball. Lovren gets it away. He's gone for it! Saved only by poor finishing. Liverpool, their final change.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Philippe Coutinho. Just a few more moments for them to hang on. And it's Sturridge. Gomez. Sané. Crosses it in low. And that should be the keeper's. Gets it back. Vela pumps it forwards. Going for goal! Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. What a match, what a comeback. That is how to respond to adversity. Truly deserving winners. What are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Look, I wondered as to whether they'd be able to pull off a...
Just 4 days, but it's out of my hands. When I wake up alone, I'm catching my breath. And when I close my eyes, I get lost in your face. I'm gonna fall hard, no, I don't give a damn. I wanna love out loud, but I'm scared to say. It's like a ton of bricks that will fade away. I do it for you. I do it for you. Now you're in my
of peace in the sun's peace of mind. I know it's hard sometimes. Yeah, I think about the end just way too much. But it's fun to fantasize on my enemies who wouldn't wish who I was. But it's fun to fantasize. Oh, I'm falling, so I'm taking my time. taking my time on my ride. I die for you, that's easy to say. We have a list of people that we would take. A bullet for them, a bullet for you, a bullet for everybody in this room. But they don't seem to see many bullets coming through. See many bullets coming through. Metaphorically, I'm the man, but literally, I don't know what I do. I live for you, and that's hard to do. Even harder to say when you know it's not true. Even harder to write when you know that tonight there were people back home who tried talking to you, but then you ignore them still. All these questions, they're for real. Like, who would you live for? Who would you die for? And would you ever kill? I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride.
I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much.
Help me.
I've been thinking too much.
I've been thinking too much.
I've been thinking too much.
Help me.
I've been thinking too much.
I've been thinking too much.
I've been thinking too much.
I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time. Taking my time on my ride. So I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. Help me.
I've been thinking too much.
I've been thinking too much.
I've been thinking too much.
Help me.
I've been thinking too much.
I've been thinking too much.
I've been thinking too much.
Help me.
When I look back, I see trails of myself. Could have been you, could have been someone else. All that I know is I'm leaving that person behind. I'm clean, still when I'm so clean. Made me this way, I'm ready to be. Face the little screen. 'Cause I know that you want me clear. Give me a taste of a life I could lead. Give me a face for the fools to believe. Now I'm changing, becoming one of you.
The warmest of welcomes to you. We await the conclusion of the pre-game formalities. The teams then, Milan against Ajax. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Carrasco. Milan have been in the headlines recently for making this major move, but strangely they've chosen not to play the new recruit here. He hasn't even made the bench.
Well, it could be a nig...
He's scored!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
All over in seconds. That's what they can do to you.
Well, talking about being hit on the break, the ball was in their net before they could even organise their defence. It was fast and furious, and all but unstoppable.
Milan go ahead, 1 goal to the good. How about it? It's in! 2 up, 2 easy. How many more to come?
Oh, that was a close call, but for me, he timed his run to absolute perfection there to stay just onside, and he's still a lot to do, you know, but I think he's tucked that away really well.
Milan get themselves a 2-goal cushion.
That second goal has such a polarising effect on prospective moods. I mean, one team are under more pressure now to get the next goal, and the other will fancy their chances of turning 2 into 3.
Oscar, aimed long and direct. Davy Klaassen. Battles to win it back. Tries a through ball, swept in. Oh, good stop, it had to be. And he's there to make a great save.
Keeper has shown great concentration there. I think his anticipation pretty much did the trick for him.
Hits one! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, for me, he had a very decent crack at it, but it has to be said that the odds on those from distance were never really that good, and you'd always favour the keeper in that instance.
Defence has got rid of that. And they've got it back as soon as they gave it away. Now the pass. Too much on it, and that's the keeper's. Goes long and forward. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Gets his foot in there. Davy Klaassen tries to get it forward quickly, boots it upfield. Now here's the through ball. Oh, and look who's there doing the defending. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. He won't reach that. David Luiz. James McCarthy. Carrasco looks to slip it through. Goalkeeper's ball. That always looked inevitable. The defence dealt with that really well. Good idea, just poorly executed. Tries the route one option. Ferreira Carrasco with the ball through. Can he find a finish now? Up for a header! No, he couldn't get the direction he needed.
Ajax didn't really deal with the wide play. It was a lovely dribble down the flank, but really they've got to double up to try and stop that, and I think with the attempted goal too, they were a little fortunate.
He goes long. Rakitic does well there, alert. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. Oh, that's a booking, always looked it.
Well, that was coming, Peter. You know, he was on a final warning after all.
Oh, he's broken through. Oscar passes it through. Looks like a good ball through. Face to face with the keeper. More and more and more and more. They are running riot. And surely that settles it. Well, you've got to say the odds on him missing from there were very slim.
It's almost criminal to see a defence fail to identify someone who thrives when it comes to shooting stats. They knew, and yet they didn't heed, and they've paid the price and deserve to.
He snaffles his third, and that earns him the match ball.
Oh, he's been unstoppable in this match. Every single time he's been in possession, he's looked a threat.
Milan take a 3-goal lead, and they are romping out of sight. Tries a long pass towards the front. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rein it in or suffer the consequences. That's good defence, plain and simple, good defence. They refuse to allow a turn.
Ferreira Carrasco gets it back. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Ferreira Carrasco tries to stroke it through. And it's half-time here.
It's looking very much like game, set and match. A half of ruthless endeavour with a thirst for more. Just in case you think this is bias on my part, it isn't. This is fact.
Milan very much in control here, 3 up and cruising. Ball is over the line. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Tries a through ball. Nicely measured pass. Can he put it away? It goes to show he is human after all.
I think he's done very well to get into such a good position in front of the goal, but he just couldn't put in the telling touch. They're committing a lot of men forward at the start of this second half. They know that this is an important time for them now.
Looks to slip it through. He's in! Well read, he sorted that out. Good clearance and very necessary. James McCarthy. David Klaassen gets into the right position to intercept. Forward it goes. It's a good run down the right. Where could this lead? Nicely controlled. Rakitic pumps it upfield. Now here's the through ball.
This defence is wary about opposition pace.
So they're just not getting too tight.
Yeah, they know that if they step up, their keeper could get a whole lot busier.
Carrasco, up to meet it! No, he didn't quite meet it right.
Well, that's an illustration of how good they are on the break. I mean, all the pace and power needed to go at it with real vigour then.
He put on quite a show there.
He's been a joy to watch, and that didn't miss by much. He'll be back.
And it's Carrasco. Chance! He's gone for it! And with the goal at his mercy, a dreadful miss.
The defence was made to look vulnerable there. They simply had no answer for that trickery.
Gets it back. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Knocks it towards the front. Now the pass. Passes it through. Now here's the through ball. Away from immediate danger. Well, the ball's come loose and the chase is on. And the defence can get it clear. Tries a through ball. Looks like a good ball through.
Ajax may think they're going about this in the right way, but not if a series of passes is leading to no end product. They have to add the incision.
James McCarthy. It's a long forward pass. Looks to dink one in. Pumps it forwards. Dinks one in. He's in, surely! Spoon forward. David Luiz was not to be moved. And he's on his way! Oscar with a good steal, well played. Now the pass. A chance! Goal! Result no longer in doubt. It's just about how many. Really outwitted one-on-one. Once more, he gets the better of the keeper.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
4 in the game. He is the man. Milan tear their opponents apart once again. They are utterly ruthless. Rakitic with the ball through. Another throw-in. Looks to thread it through. No, that's just wide. Davy Klaassen. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Thrust towards the front line. Surely! Shot at goal! Oh, there was plenty on that. Oh, that's great stuff from him.
It's tremendous play on his part, Peter, and he's proving to be a right handful throughout the game.
throw-in. 4 added minutes on the board. Oscar battles to win it back. Tries to dink it in, and he's shown him a clean pair of heels. In he goes again! He has done it! Well, surely that completes the demolition if it hadn't occurred already.
Listen, when you're on...
And there goes the final whistle. Milan enjoy their perfect day. For their victims, it is entirely imperfect. Comprehensive winners of a one-sided contest. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, tactically, they looked as if they got that spot on. I think when you push up at the back to the extent they did, then there must be a pressure on the ball ahead of things. Otherwise, your whole system is going to break down. And I think there was a good discipline about what they did, really, in affecting that.
So, just time for me to say thanks to Jim for...
It's a little blurry how the whole thing started. I don't even really know what you intended. Thought that you were cute and you could make me jealous. Poured it down, so I poured it down. Next thing that I know, I'm in a hotel with you. You were talking deep like it was mad love to you. You wanted my heart, but I just liked your tattoos. Poured it down, so I poured it down. And now I don't understand it. You don't mess with love, you mess with the truth. And I know I shouldn't say it, but my heart don't understand why I got you on my mind. Why I got you on my mind. Why I got you on my mind. Why I got you on my heart don't understand why I got you on my mind. 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 I always hear them talking about a girl with my name. Saying that I heard you, but I still don't get it. You didn't love me, no, not really. Wait, I could have really liked you. I bet that's why I keep on thinking about you. It's a shame. You said I was good, so I poured it down. So
bold, huge and imposing. A warm welcome to Estadio do Morumbi here in Sao Paulo. And our live game is Milan against Sevilla. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
So we're up and running. And it's Zaha. Hurtles into the tackle. And it's the goalkeeper's to claim. Zaha dinks one in, away from immediate danger. That's put paid to a promising move. Now the pass. Defence has got rid of that. Rakitic. And that's a foul. Free kick's been given. He gets the ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
Zaha gets it, and now what? Goal!
Zaha just stayed on the right side of the defender there. I thought he showed wonderful patience, great experience to just make sure he didn't drift offside, and I just thought all round it was very intelligent play.
Milan go ahead, 1 goal to the good. Roncaglia does well to read it and intercepts. He's done well to tidy up the situation. Tries a long pass towards the front. And it's Jovetic. Sergio Ramos. Great challenge. David Luiz. Gone back to the keeper. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. No question, that's a foul. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Zaha looks to slip it through. Has a shot! Over the line, and that'll be a goal kick. Rakitic sticks in a foot to win it back. Has a swing at it! He's got away with one there. Referee's given a throw. Oh, good steal, he just read it. Boots it upfield. Krondelli. Some good play on the left hand. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Daniel Alves tries to get it forward quickly. Zaha looking to get on the end of this. Zaha aimed in towards the centre. Jovetic. Roncaglia passes it through. Thrust towards the front line. Nzonzi. Goes long and forward. And it's Jovetic. Jovetic goes long. Roncaglia does well there. Alert. Jovetic needed to come up with a better ball.
Well, he simply failed to just put a little more oomph behind that.
Zaha. Augusto Fernandez, who's set up one goal so far. Roncaglia with the ball through. Not the worst cross in the world, but still room for improvement. Well, that's clearly not what he wanted to do. Looks like a good ball through. The referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. It's going to be another throw. Tries a through ball. Cuts it out. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Rakitic gets it back. Hits one! Krondelli. Vitolo. Ball's out on the left now. Looks to thread it through. Keeps everyone guessing. Sevilla get it back again. Back of the net!
And it's another really good show of character. I love the spirit and togetherness they muster. Never know when they're beaten.
Given such an open invitation. And there's the end of the first half. They come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. So once again, we're underway.
Milan clearly have been the better side for me. Yeah, I know the score doesn't quite reflect it, but if they go about their game in the same manner as the opening 45 minutes, things really should improve.
Zaha crosses in a low one. Well, that's not the cross he had in mind. Spoon forward. And it's Jovetic. Now the pass. Now here's the through ball. Vela. Battles to win it back. Passes it through. Vela looking to get on the end of this. point-blank header! He will be livid with himself. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. A poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. Vela. Deftly done. Now it's Vela. Get a throw in. And it's Oscar. Daniel Alves.
This defence is wary about opposition pace.
So they're just not getting too tight.
Yeah, they know that if they step up, their keeper could get a whole lot busier.
Great leap! Oh, nearly. But nearly is nothing.
Well, the keeper was helpless then. He knew he wasn't getting to it, so for a second or two he must have been praying it was off target, and he got lucky, very lucky.
He put on quite a show there.
I would agree. It's tremendous play. He's full of belief and imagination, and hard to contain.
Oh, well defended. That had to be done. Header! He's done very well to get to that.
He made that look really easy, Peter, but I can assure you that wasn't a routine save. He had to be very switched on there.
It so nearly came off for him.
It's tremendous play on his part, Peter, and he's proving to be a right handful throughout the game.
He's missed, but not by that far.
Oh, he couldn't have hit that any better. Any other time it would have sneaked in.
Oh, that's great stuff from him.
He's been a joy to watch, and that didn't miss by much. He'll be back.
That's a foul. Simple decision for the referee.
Yeah, and the whole stadium knew that was coming, apart from him, it seems.
He'll try from distance. Augusto Fernandez tries the Route 1 option.
Sevilla have made it clear what they're trying to do for me, Peter.
What are they trying to do?
Well, I think they're making the pitch as big as possible to work both flanks into better supply routes.
Jovetic. Looks like a good ball through. Aimed long and direct. And it's Zaha. It's got through. Can he find a finish now? Great! Vela! That's brilliant! And they get themselves in front! Vela did well there. He was onto it in a trice.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
Milan get themselves into the lead. Looks to slip it through. Now the pass. Ball's loose, who's getting there? Nicely controlled.
Well, we were unlikely to see a goal then because there were so many players crowding out that danger area. I think something very special was going to be needed.
A chance! And the defence can get it clear. Zaha is now the subject of some adhesive marking.
Yeah, and they finally reacted, but they could have been more switched on before he scored.
And shoots! Loose ball, who's going to get there? Augusto Fernandez passes it through. And that's a throw-in. Sevilla chosen to bring on the last of their substitutes.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Whistle's gone, that's foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. Players protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Milan with a set-piece chance. Looking to pull clear here.
Well, it wasn't a bad effort. I mean, you could see his intention. It just needed a bit more curl and bend to take it away from the goalkeeper.
Iborra. Oh, good interception. Milan just have to run down the clock. Looks like a good ball through. And here's the chance to counter. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Rakitic having a look. Milan presented with the perfect chance here to open up their lead. David Luiz. Iborra pumps it forwards. Rakitic knocks it towards the front. Iborra. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. Gone for a throw-in. Tries a through ball. He's made sure that that won't get through. And the referee brings it to a close. Milan winners by the odd goal. It really could have gone either way, but a win is a win. Your reflections then, Jim?
There's no phone and no labels to put on to this thing we keep and dip into when we need. And I don't have the right to ask where you go at night, but the waves hit my head to think someone's in your bed. I get a little bit Genghis Khan. I don't want you to get it on with nobody else but me. With nobody else but me. just lost the World War, and the scene slips away to the evenness of fake. It's a shit world, 'cause I don't really want you, girl, but you can't be free, 'cause I'm selfish, I'm obscene. I get a little bit Genghis Khan. I don't want you to get it on with nobody else but me, but nobody else but me. I get a little bit Genghis Khan. I don't want you to get it on with nobody else but me, but nobody else but me.
Hello and welcome to the San Siro here in Milan, home to both AC Milan and Internazionale, and the venue for the 2016 Champions League final. And our live game is Milan against Chelsea. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
the whistle, and here we go. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
I would think Diego Costa. Not only does he do a good job with his back to goal, he does a better job facing goal through his willingness to run behind defences. A provocateur with a villainous reputation, but so effective.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Goalkeeper's ball. And it's Diego Costa. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Keeps everyone guessing. Really didn't have enough to concern the defence. Hazard. Oh, he's broken through. Oh, that's clearly not what he wanted to do. Ferreira Carrasco pumps it upfield. Looks to slip it through. He's made sure that that won't get through. James McCarthy. Who's going to make this theirs? Can he finish? It's come loose. Well played, he saw that coming. Spoon forward. Defending was physical, no nonsense, and it had to be. And it's Sané. Willian. Now it's Costa. That's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. Terry. Conte. Goes wide. Tries a through ball. He's through. Shoots! Just off target. Battles to win it back. James McCarthy. Out to the flank. Fired deep towards the back post. Good clearance and very necessary. Now the pass. And out to safety. Saved only by poor finishing.
That's a pretty powerful effort because he really got hold of that one, but he's not going to trouble the keeper from there.
Azpilicueta tries to get it forward quickly. Moses pumps it forwards. Gomez. Passes it through. Sané. And he's there to cut it out. Aimed long and direct. Aimed forward. And it's Sané. Forward it goes. Up for the header! There it is! Oh, the cross was inch perfect and the header unerring.
Well, look, it's often the timing of the jump that dictates what you can do with any header, and if you get it slightly wrong, then you'll struggle. But that was beautifully met, it really was.
Milan break the deadlock.
And that ought to be the trigger for a really exciting and entertaining game from here on.
It's a long forward pass. Ball's loose, who's getting there? Oh, he's really drilled it.
I actually like to see that in shots at goal, when there's a noticeable effort to get over the ball and keep it down.
Gomez. Tries a header! Oh, not the best of headers.
Well, in the circumstances, I think he did well to get some sort of attempt on goal, because he was pretty much hurried and hassled out of that.
Who's going to make this theirs? And it's Azar. Diego Costa. Chelsea get it back again. Looks like a good ball through. Chance to shoot. He's away! Pumps it upfield. Azpilicueta does well there. Alert. Hazard. Conte with the ball through. Knocks it towards the front. James McCarthy. Carrasco, good run. Where to from here? Who's ball? Who's going to get that? Azar. And it's Diego Costa. Diego Costa plays a clever pass. Hazard. All right on the edge of the penalty area. What's he giving here? No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. And the first half is done. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Milan can be fairly pleased with themselves. The fact that they're forcing the opposition to come at them and try and level things is playing into their hands, and I think the counter-attack may yet pay dividends again. Milan
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. He scores! 2 up and threatening to pull clear. Given such an open invitation, he was always going to shoot.
Peter, that was just a defensive act of generosity that was always going to have a painful ending.
Milan take a 2-goal lead, and things should be comfortable from here on in.
That second goal has such a polarising effect on prospective moods. I mean, one team are under more pressure now to get the next goal, and the other will fancy their chances of turning 2 into 3.
Looks to thread it through. It's out for a goal kick. That's a poor kick by the keeper. He's just given it straight back. Now can he finish? James McCarthy. He's got away with one there.
Well, I think the opposition was pretty sloppy in creating a problem for themselves then, but he was onto it so quickly and very nearly made them pay.
McCarthy. Gomez. Passes it through. And he's there to make a great save.
That wasn't the easiest of saves by any means, Peter, and I think his instincts were, well, they were just razor sharp.
Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Matic needed to come up with a better ball.
Yeah, and the vision to get him through was all good, but the execution of the pass wasn't quite right. But Importantly, he's holding his line until the very last moment, and that will pay off.
Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
And it's Carrasco. Tries a through ball. Conte.
Chelsea have opted to really stretch the game now.
Yeah, that's pretty evident, but what's their thinking?
It looks as if the opposition are happy to defend the width of the 18-yard box, trying to remove that compactness.
Conte tries a long pass towards the front. Looks to slip it through. Spoon forward. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
The idea was good though, Peter, and I like the run that triggered the pass, but the quality was the problem.
Hazard comes in hard, but he's taken enough of the ball. Thrust towards the front line. Crosses into the area. Clears it out of harm's way. Gave it a go, but off target.
Well, there wasn't much on for him, so it was worth a shot. It was worth a try from there.
There's going to be a change here. There's a man waiting to come on. Now the pass. Hits one! It's anyone's ball. More and more and more and more! They are running riot! Surely now, beyond all depth. Courtois reacted well to the initial effort, but couldn't get it right out of the danger area.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
He snaffles his third, and that earns him the match ball.
Oh, this has been an immense contribution from one player. He's been just about unplayable. The irresistible force today.
Milan take a 3-goal lead, and they are romping out of sight. Oh, that's neat. Diego Costa plotting from out on the right-hand side. And it's Fabregas. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Back of the net! Yet another goal in an awesome performance! They are in complete charge! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, I think two keepers would have had a hard time keeping that one out, never mind one. There was real venom in the strike and clear composure from the placement.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's how you make an impact as a sub. You know, when most are tiring, you can impose a freshness and energy to best effect. What an introduction.
Milan totally rampant here. Conte. Costa. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Shoots! Oh, denied at the last. Oscar was not to be moved. Boots it upfield. And he's there to hoof it away. Now it's Costa. Oscar tries the route one option. Conte. Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. And it's Diego Costa. Pereira Carrasco, deftly done, neatly flicked on. Can he find a finish now? Well, the ball's come loose and the chase is on. And that'll go straight through to the keeper. Zuma. And that will be the final act. Milan, comfortable winners, a virtuoso display, utterly one-sided. Your final thoughts, Jim?
It's a very good win, and as a former defender, I know they'll be very happy at the back not to have conceded. Yes, you're part of a team, but as a unit that works together, you have an added pride in a job well done.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.